Hello, my name is Keith Bailey. I'm here to do my recap on NFL Week 12, which was the week of the upset. We had a lot of upsets this weekend. And start with Saints. First of all, I'd like to say I had a very solid 8-5-1 record. The Vikings and Packers tied. So there's your case of the tie right there. And sorry, here's my cat rubbing against me doing a video. And I went 8-5-1, like I said. And this was a week where a lot of experts only got 5 or 6 wins, some even 4 wins. So I am very happy with my 8-win week. Absolutely, with the way some of the things shaped out this week. Saints at Falcons was the first game, and this was a danger game for me. I picked the Saints to win. I'm glad I did. They won 17-13. Atlanta, they're terrible. That's all I have to say. They're 2-9, and New Orleans, they got a team right on the tail. Jets at Baltimore. I picked the Ravens in this one. I'm glad I did, because they won 19-3. The Jets' offense was completely exposed in this game. I have no idea how this team has 5 wins, let alone beat the Patriots and Saints with the way they looked in Baltimore. It seems like they can only really play at home, which is another reason why I picked against them, because they were on the road against the defending Super Bowl champions. Regardless of record, that deserves some recognition. So, very good win by the Ravens. They're 5-6. The Jets are also 5-6. Next up, Steelers at Cleveland. I picked the Browns in an upset. Clearly didn't work out. Steelers won 27-11. Teams need to start worrying about Pittsburgh because they've won 5 of their last 7 games, and it may have not been pretty, but they're winning. So they're 5-6, and the Browns are 4-7, one step out of it, and Brandon Weeden is back. Here we go again. Panthers at Dolphins. The true mark of a team. When you go travel to the road to San Francisco and you beat the 49ers, there's a lot of talk of a possible letdown the next night, especially the next time you play Monday Night Football against the New England Patriots, who, if you saw what they did in the second half of the game against Denver, they're still no joke. And Carolina was able to withhold all of that momentum, and they beat the Patriots. But then, in a game that I thought would be a lot more dangerous at Miami, I mean, coming off 2 emotional wins like that, where you're defining your franchise, you could be due for a letdown against a decent team in Miami. Carolina almost fell victim to that in the first half, but they came back and they won 20-16, and they're 8-3 right now. So watch out for the Carolina Panthers because they're playing tough football. Bears at Rams. Called it. Everyone was picking Chicago, and I'm sorry, you're not smart if you pick the Bears, but that's just my opinion. I mean, I will give McCown credit. He's been playing very good ball. But that Rams team coming off a bye after what they did to Indianapolis, I'm not going against them. And looking at it here, it looks like they've outscored their last 2 opponents by a score of 80-39. Do the math. They're averaging 40 points a game in their last 2 games. And I think this team is not a spoiler. I think this team has a chance to maybe run the table and get into the playoffs. That's how good I think St. Louis is right now. And I'm glad Tennessee caught them at the best time. So I'm glad I picked the Rams. Bucks at Lions. I picked the Lions in this game. Who didn't? Tampa Bay, gotta give them credit. My second favorite team has now won 3 straight games. And now we all backtrack to the whole shoulda, woulda, coulda technique. Should have beaten the Jets. Should have beaten the Saints. Should have beaten the Cardinals. Should have beaten the Seahawks. Sorry, Tampa. You're 3-8. But a very good win against Detroit. Matthew Stafford throwing that interception at the end of the game. When he has games like those, the Lions are going to lose. Next up, Vikings at Packers. Packers were losing this one 23-7, and then Matt Flynn came in. It's funny how this whole Matt Flynn thing starts off. He's in Green Bay. He goes to Seattle. He goes to Oakland, only to end up back in Green Bay. It seems like he can only play as a Green Bay Packer because he brought the team back from 23 down and they tied. I know it's not the best kind of game, but you know what? 26-26 was the final score. Next game, Jaguars at Texans. I picked the Texans to win because there's no way the Texans can be that bad. You know? There's no way the Texans can be that bad at home against the Jacksonville Jaguars, which seems like they can only play division rivals tough. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's right. Jacksonville won. And now they've won 2 of their last 3 games, and that loss to them isn't looking so bad now. So, they actually have a winning record in the AFC South, the Jaguars do. How weird is that? I think that's kind of funny if you ask me. But Jags won 13-6. Houston's offense just blows. Chargers at Chiefs. Who saw this coming? San Diego wins 41-38. The Chiefs lose 2 of their best defensive pass rushers, and San Diego just completely exposed them at home. 41-38. I mean, 41 points the Chiefs gave up. That's ridiculous. And they are so grateful the Broncos lost this weekend, because if they didn't, then they would be in trouble and the game wouldn't look as good as it does. But give San Diego some credit. They don't want to go 4-7. The Chargers are not that bad of a team. Actually, off the case for a sec, I figured something out as to how close teams really play against one another. There are only 10 teams in the NFL who have not lost a game by more than 14 points. The obvious ones are Seattle, Denver, Kansas City, New Orleans, Carolina, So those are the 5 obvious ones. Oh, and the Patriots. I think I didn't say them. So that's 6. But listen to these next 4. Green Bay, although they've lost 3 games by 14, so they've been on the cusp. San Diego. I believe Detroit. Well, it was another team, but then Tennessee was in there. So you know what? I'm okay. We'll play close. Playing close is awesome. Alright, anyways, continuing on. That's my bragging about my team for a little bit. Colts at Cardinals. Thank you, Arizona. And now we have a chance again to fall within a game of Indianapolis. The Colts don't look so hot anymore. Tennessee actually has a better point differential than them because Indy's been getting blown out recently. All we had to do was beat the Colts on Thursday night, and we'd be leading the division right now. How crazy is that? But again, shoulda, woulda, coulda. It happens. Colts, man, you guys better watch your ass. That's all I have to say, because Tennessee's coming for you. Cardinals, as for you guys are playing top-notch football. It's a shame this team plays in the NFC, because the NFC is so tough this year. But I think they'd be able to do it. So 40-11 was the final. The Cardinals are they seem to be the retirement home for quarterbacks who are old, like Kurt Warner and Carson Palmer. Next game, Tennessee at Oakland. I was so happy in this game with the way our defense played. Yes, we only gave up 1 or 2 punts, but something we did in this game that we hadn't done for a long time in the previous 60 games was hold the opponent in our territory. We held Oakland to 6 field goal tries. We only gave up 1 touchdown in this game. And of the 6 field goal tries, he missed 2 of them, which turned out to be a huge factor for us to win. He even missed a chip shot, which, when it comes to Seabass, very fortunate. Tennessee needed a touchdown at the end because they knew that Oakland would be able to move on their defense. Instead of getting that woe is me field goal, you know, because we don't have really the best red zone offense in the NFL, but just the fact that we were able to get into the end zone on 3rd and 10, Very happy with the way our squad played. We're the 6th seed right now, so I'll take it. That's all I have to say. Cowboys at Giants. G-Men, you let me down. That's all I have to say. Dallas, good win by you guys. You guys deserve props. Now you have to go home and take care of business against an Oakland team on Thanksgiving. Next up, Broncos at Patriots. I picked the Patriots in this game. I know a lot of people didn't, and it wasn't really the best upset pick, but just to say that I went against the norm, and I picked New England to win this game. I think that game is really what saved my week. It made my whole week, actually, being able to pick a game like that right. How even those two teams are, and how hot Denver was coming into this game, and how cold the Patriots were coming into this game. I thought it was kind of gutsy. So, 24 down. Did any of you see that stat of Peyton Manning when leading by 22 or more points in a game? Wasn't it like 60-0 or something like that? Wow. Next up, 49ers at Redskins. Redskins just suck. Robert Griffin III not having a very good year whatsoever. And San Francisco stays ahead of Arizona in the race. But I think they really need to watch out because they have to travel to Arizona later this year to play them, and that could be a game to determine who gets into the playoffs, because I believe that is Week 17. That is the Week 17 matchup, and that game could determine who goes to the playoffs and who stays home. So that's your recap. I'm 8-5-1, which means I am 117, 58, and 1 on this season. Very, very solid season. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. I'm going to do my picks video in the next 10 seconds after I'm done posting this one, so be sure to check that out. Okay, guys? Thank you. See you next time.